or Devarius, you talked about the education piece, which is really clutch. Give us an example of another piece that you've implemented there that you'd like to highlight.
Yeah, so I think one of the things we try to emphasize as a Corps of Engineers is how do we meet the end user where they are? How do we meet that engineer at a distant insight, enabling them to be able to do their mission effectively and efficiently? Because ultimately, IT, from our perspective, is an enabler, right? So a lot of times we use a lot of technical terms, we talk a lot of technical things, but an end user says, what does this mean to me? So at the end of the day, we begin to take the conceptual aspects of zero trust and begin to operationalize that concept. So with that being said, from a DoD perspective, many are probably aware of the CVR, which is the commercial virtual remote environment that was just recently decommissioned due to the fact that we're beginning to modernize and think a little bit differently. But CVR was a great example of how we operationalize the zero trust methodology and concept, due to the fact that you have a major weapon system being that of the Microsoft Teams capability, which enables collaboration or mission collaboration to an end user through a mobile device. That means you can do your job effectively anywhere and collaborate efficiently with anybody throughout, whether that was a department or the federal space, DoD or non-DoD entities. And with that being said, being that we were in many different zones or different areas or departments, whether you were Air Force, Army, Navy, throughout DoD, you had the ability to connect with all of your partners. So that means being able to allow all, deny all, allow by exception, partitioning to allow for those that need access into their mission critical data, mission critical elements, being able to have good access to view and receive those logs and communicate externally with vendor partners with regards to being able to secure that information as well. So that was a very good example of how we operationalize the concept of zero trust to enable the end user to effectively be able to perform their mission. And then again, we're also looking at it from the perspective of OT, because taking something such as HVAC, when you think about construction, being able to build different buildings and those type of things, and you have Wi-Fi sensors and all those other things inside of the enterprise, you have to be able to deploy some type of zero trust principles in order to ensure that those OT capabilities are properly secured as you transfer buildings over to different customers. So we've done a lot in that space, and we continue to lean forward, learn, and grow. But we have begun to execute on the zero trust principles and not just theoretically conceptualize some of those things as well. Over.